Okay, we're going to be moving into the public hearing for the 2014 tax levy. With a quorum being present, the first order of business is to hold a public hearing on the 2014 tax levy. Due notice has been given of the public hearing on the 2014 tax levy, and all other statutory requirements preliminary to the holding of such public hearing has been complied with. The proposed tax levy was presented at the November board meeting. Mr. McGinnis and Dr. Skinkis will present and explain the 2014 levy and answer any questions from the board. Dr. Skinkis, Tim?
Go ahead, Tim.
Well, as we discussed last month, the consumer price index cap is 1.5%. That's a consumer price index from calendar 2013, which is what we use for this levy. We're putting the levy through at 4.95%. That's obviously significantly higher than the 1.5, but that's so that we capture any taxes on new property. We don't know what that new property is. The county doesn't give us that number until next July. And then the county, when they process the tax levy, they'll reduce it down to the allowable amount, which will be the 1.5% plus the amount on any new property. One of the things that was discussed last month that was brought up was because of the agreement that was worked out with Airmark, that we reduce the operating levy by a certain amount and increase that in the education fund, which I did in these numbers that are included in the packet today. So the levy, you approve it tonight, and then it gets filed by the end of December with the county.
Any questions for?
Why is the Social Security down again, Tim? I think you told us last time. But
Social Security is down because we've added the levy for IMRF. And those are both in the same fund. For a couple of years, we didn't levy an IMRF because of the results of an audit that we had from IMRF a few years ago.
Any other questions? All right, seeing none, the meeting will now be open for public discussion, and all persons desiring to be heard will be heard at this time. The Board of Education welcomes and encourages the participation of its citizens in the business of the school district. Thank you for your attendance. Citizens are welcome to ask questions and make comments. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. If a person would like additional time to address the board, such a request should be in writing in 48 hours before the meeting to the superintendent. For more details, please refer to Board Policy 2:230, public participation in the Board of Education meetings and petition of the board. This section of is not the general. This will only be for public discussion on tax levy. So do I have anybody over here? Do I have anybody over here? Seeing none, I see that there was no further comments from the public. I now declare the public hearing on the 2014 tax levy completed, and the next public hearing will now proceed.